peepsicles, me bishes. 'Tis I, Chlois, aka Manny Bish, on Instagram, and today I am showing y'all my filing routine. So let's just get right on into it. I am using my iGel Beauty e-file. I'll have it linked. I do not recall which one it is right now. And I'm using just the little diamond bit that it comes with, the small barrel one, not the larger one. And I'm going around and I am just cleaning up around the sidewalls of my nail. And yes, you will see me go on. I have it at a speed of 500 to 600 RPM. Sometimes I go up as high as 7 or 8, but very rarely. If I start to feel skipping, that's when I go up. But you will see me kind of go on my skin. Now with this bit, I have not had any cutting or tearing of skin or anything when I do this. So yes, I put this on my skin. So you see me like hold the tip against the nail and the other part against my skin, and that's how I clean up around my skin most times, and that's usually how I start. And also the flat part, the tip of this barrel, when held to your nail like this, it will also straighten out that sidewall a little bit too if you press it up against the nail. But I usually do this just to clean up my skin right there. And when I do it around my cuticle area, that is usually to actually kind of push in the dip powder around my cuticle to get it away from my skin. So I'm looking at the nail from all angles. Like I said, I like to do this to clean up around my skin and also to straighten out my sidewall, because sometimes you can get weird bumps and lumps on your sidewall and it like bubbles out maybe more than it should. And for me, holding my bit that way helps a lot. And I'm looking at my nail from every angle, and when I'm holding my nail like this, I'm really looking at that apex, trying to blend in that cuticle area and make sure that I have a really nice like bump going on for my apex. And then I do like to you'll see right there, that's skipping. So you either need to you need to speed your drill up a little bit if you're going to be working that fast and that close to the free edge, and also make sure that it's going in the right direction for you, for whichever hand you're using, because that will also cause skipping if it's not going in the right direction. So since I'm using my right hand, it should be in the forward motion, which it is. So for me, it was just not high enough for that specific situation that I was doing at the time. So this, I'm again cleaning around my cuticle area. Now, I am not like a professional e-filer, so I am not saying that everything that I am doing is correct by any means. This is just what works for me, and I have not had any problems with it. So, try at your own risk, I guess. That's pretty much what I'm saying. So again, I'm doing this on all of my nails, and this is just the way, this is my filing routine. Like, this is what I do every time I do my nails now. This is the way I do it. This is my go-to. Unless for some reason I'm just feeling not in the mood to e-file and I use a hand file, for every mani, use an e-file, and for 98% of my manis will use my e-file. This is become a steady part of my filing routine. And this is the way I do my routine every time. So I will start with, this is right after I've activated, so I applied my dip, I applied my activator. There is a clear cap on top, and that way I don't hurt any of the color you know, if that makes sense. And so, yeah, this is what I'm doing. And then you will see the end result of the mani, because this is going to be only my filing routine. So you'll see how the mani turned out at the end. I'll have a picture, a little video snippet for you. But this is my filing routine, and you'll see the huge difference. It really does make a big difference. And so this is how I do it. And I'm one of those people that I don't really like to leave an area untouched on the surface of my nail. So I will file and smooth over the whole thing to make sure that everything is even. So you see me do that here. I'll just run over the whole surface of the nail. And I also like to make sure that the tip of my nail is just slightly thinner than the rest of my nail. Which, sorry guys, it's getting pretty late. I'm getting tired. It's, I usually do the like thinning out the free edge of my nail, because I do like to do that. I usually do it, I'll start sometimes with doing it with my e-file, and then I will finish and go through it one more time with my hand file. So, because I always use my hand file to shape my free edge. So here I am showing you, I am using a 100-180 grit. This is just from, what's that place called? Sally's. It's from Sally's. And so I'm using the coarse side. Since it's not on my natural nail, I'm using the coarse side. Sometimes I do find that using the softer side is a good way, that if you're like unsure, or if you're an overfiler, use the soft side, because it'll ensure, it's like a safety precaution, you know, it'll ensure that you're not going to go too crazy, because the coarse side's going to take more off quicker, whereas the finer side is not. It's going to be harder to file through. So if you're an overfile, I recommend using the softer side. So I am just reshaping my nails. I am going in at this kind of coffin tapered square shape. I don't really want to call it a coffin because it's really short, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a coffin tapered square look. So, and then I look at my nail from this angle, and I will go at it like this. And when I'm doing that, I like to hold the file, when you're filing like perpendicular, the way that I was, I like to hold the file at a like straight up and down 90-degree angle from the nail. And you're just going to you're going to hold your finger straight and start filing. And usually if it's uneven, one side of the nail, of course, will be touching the file, and the other side won't. And I just file until the whole free edge of the nail is touching the file. And that's how I get my straight edge on my free edge. So I'm going to speed through these last 3 nails, but this is how I do that. And I don't want to keep filing and filing and filing on one side without looking. So I'll just file a little and then look. And I do like to file underneath my nails. Sometimes dip gets under there, and I don't necessarily like the feeling of it just staying there. See, like that. I will look at my nail and file it until the whole free edge is touching the nail. And then I'll look at it, of course, from all the angles and see which side. Because if you look at your hand the way that I'm holding it now, it might look straight. And then you turn it out, and then you see something crooked. And that's where you need to fix it. That way it looks straight from all angles. And I do like to file underneath my nail again. I don't like any roughness under there or anything, so I also buff underneath my nail, but not hard, because I'm not trying to ruin the shape. So, This is also very hard to do, trying to record yourself filing, because when you're filing, I've noticed that I typically like to have my hand right up against my face to see what I'm doing and make sure everything is good. And I gotta say, it was like really hard to remember and focus and stay in frame for this whole situation. So, bear with me. And so, yeah, any little things that I might have missed with the e-file, I try and take care of also with the hand file. Just go over everything, and then I'm going to dust off my filing debris, and I'm going to buff. And this is a Kiara Sky buffer, and it's a little bit on the coarser side, but I love it because any uneven bumps or anything that you might have missed, anything, it is going to just take those suckers right out, and I love it. It is such a good buffer, and you get a pack of 10 of these little buffing blocks for $5, I believe, on Kiara Sky. So to me, it's so worth it. 100% worth it. And so I'm going to buff all of my nails, and I also like try and take one side and really get in and try and get around my cuticle area, because your cuticle area is also going to be roughed up from filing. And so I really try and take the buffer to that to smooth everything out. And if you're using gel and you don't plan on priming or using base gel, I would say skip the buffer, because your gel will not stick to a smooth surface. But for dip liquids, definitely use the buffing block, because it's not like gel. It's not going to sink into all the scratches and everything, especially on black. If you don't buff your nail, you will be able to see scratches through dip top coat. So just a heads up. And this buffer, I just feel like it makes everything so smooth. I can't remember exactly what the grit on it is, but the two sides, they're different grits. One's a little bit finer and smoother, and the other one is coarser. And that is my filing routine. And you can see there's still a little bit of messiness going on my skin. I will take care of that. I get it off later, shower, it'll soften it up, but this is it. And that is my mani, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, bitches.